Alright, so I decided to do some commentary for this run of mine. This is Arcade Punch-Out. This game, it's a really unique game. It has two screens, one that shows all of the fighter data and one strictly allocated to gameplay. So Arcade Punch-Out has guard manipulation, similar to like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out or Super Punch-Out on the Super Nintendo, where you can put your gloves in a certain spot and the opponent will mirror that action, and that allows me to sneak in attacks where they are not guarding, which is really useful. It helps for really fast times against opponents. So Arcade Punch-Out has some really unique quirks that are not present in any of the other Punch-Out games. So there's this KO meter, which you could actually recognize from Super Nintendo, Super Punch-Out, on the top of the screen on the right. So when this meter is filled, then you're able to throw super punches. So right hooks and uppercuts would be your supers in this game. And they deal max damage only when the opponent's gloves are down. If they're up, then it only deals half, and it's actually weaker than a normal punch if that's the case. So you have to pick your times very carefully. You get one free super, which means the opponents will let you land it, and then if you attempt to land another one, they start dodging. So you have to find certain actions where they can't dodge in order for the supers to land, and optimally you want them to land when it deals the most damage. And damage in this game is it's not straightforward. There are a lot of unique quirks to it. So damage will actually increase depending on how much your KO meter is filled. So when it's not filled at all, it deals about 3 damage per punch. Whereas if it's completely filled, it deals 6 for your left jab and 9 for your right jab and body blows. So you want to find a really good time to build that up before you start dealing in the heavy blows. So the run that I'm doing here is through the first loop, which is the first 6 fights. So Glass Joe, pretty simple fight once you know his pattern, and there's a bit of randomness on Piston Hurricane, but no matter what randomness you get, you could still get a very fast time. Ball Bull has a bunch of randomness, but that's only if you're going for the super fast knockdown before the bull charge, which would end the fight really fast if you can. Kid Quick, his startup is a little bit random, and it determines how fast your fight ends up being ultimately. Pizza Pasta, you have to land KO punches while he's attacking to deal the max damage, which are really tricky to time, and you have to do it repeatedly throughout the fight. That fight you can't even TK, well, you can't KO him, but you can TKO him. That's like the only fight that's like immune to being KO'd in the first loop. And then Sandman, this is a pretty tough fight. You want to provoke counterattacks from him. There are a couple of attacks where you can punish them. Otherwise, it can get pretty tricky. But there are alternative strategies because he is scripted to do a couple of other things. But yeah, that's the speedrun of the first loop of Arcade Punch-Out. It's pretty sweet and to the point, and it's a classic. So thanks for watching.